How you doing, guys? Welcome to the Strong Tower Podcast, episode 3. We appreciate you guys for joining us. I'm here with another Strong Tower legend, Mr. Trojanowski. Jason Trojanowski. How you doing, Mr. Trojanowski?
I'm doing good.
We appreciate you, man. I know you're busy.
Day.
I know you're busy. We appreciate you stopping by. So, Mr. Trojanowski, if you could tell our viewers about how long have you been here at Strong Tower?
Well, altogether, I've been here 9 years. Was in May. So, and me and my wife, we've been here about 9 years. So yeah.
9 years with your wife?
Well, yeah. Well, we both went through the program, so there was a year there each. You know, and then I made my little silly mistake, but yeah, 9 years.
Okay, Mr. Trojanowski, where are you from?
I'm from a little town called Peaster, Texas.
Where's that?
Yeah. If you know where Fort Worth is, you can travel west about 45 minutes and you will find Peaster, Texas. It's close to Springtown,
Peaster.
Texas.
How do you spell that?
Peaster.
Peaster.
Peaster. Yeah.
What was that? What are y'all known for? Are y'all known for
We're known.
Is it a small town?
It was a school. Of course, it's got a school and a post office.
Okay, post office is cool.
And then right before I left, they put in a red light. So,
oh, nice.
It's out there, bro.
It's
out there.
That was funny. So 9 years ago, how old were you 9 years ago? Before you came into Strong Tower, like what's going on?
Wow. Well, my life basically consisted of trying to balance drugs, my drug habit, which was methamphetamines, and working and trying to have a family and trying to balance that out, of course. And so obviously that didn't work. I was 28 years old when I got to Strong Tower.
Okay. I was me myself. I was 27 when I got here.
Yeah.
And couldn't tell me nothing. Still can't. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Sometimes,
I'm joking. But and you had your son Dominic.
Yeah. So what had happened is years and years ago, I was in my addiction, and I met Courtney. I went to a new spot for drugs, and she was there. I didn't know it at the time, but she asked if she could ride along, basically, while we did our thing, and she just stuck by my side, and she never left. Without getting into too many details, we don't need to do all that.
Yeah, so keep it mysterious.
Yeah,
keep it fun.
Keep it PG or G. Keep it PG. Anyway, so
how long you been married?
Oh Lord, April 12th, 2013. Hopefully, I got that right.
Actually, you just went on your anniversary.
I got that. Yeah. Right? We just had our 10-year anniversary.
Nice.
So we've been married 10 years now. And it's awesome. It's beautiful. I love Courtney. I love our life. I wouldn't have wanted it any other way, really.
Now, for our married viewers or listeners out there, do you have 10 years? That's a long time. Do you have any advice? any advice for the people that are married or thinking about getting married and all that?
Yeah. I guess it's a daily recommitting, remembering the promises that you've made. Always staying in prayer and doing little devos when you can, little devotionals with your family when you can, as much as you can. Of course, you'll forget some days here and there. Of course, it's the way life happens, but just staying committed and always being willing to work out through your problems. Never quitting.
Very sound advice, Mr. Trojanowski. Thank you. Now, you're a very, very humble man. A lot of people may not know, but you served I believe in the Army.
Yes, sir.
Military, in the military.
I served in the Army for almost 7 years.
And we want to thank you for your service. We appreciate
Thank
that.
you. I appreciate it. Yes, sir.
So what? When that was going on, because I always wondered like what it's like serving in the military. What's that like?
Well, it's a different life. I think it served me well to serve in the military. I was a young kid, of course, and I was 18 when I went in, and it helped me a lot to learn discipline. It helped me a lot to take responsibility for my actions and what I do. I also I went to Iraq twice, so I saw that, and actually seeing a third world country is different than maybe seeing it on TV. It's way different than for sure seeing it on TV or reading about it. Experiencing and seeing those types of things are very eye-opening, and it does help me appreciate the things that I have that we appreciate so much here, like running water.
It's very important. Very important. Now, Mr. Trojanowski, I apologize. I didn't introduce your title here at Strong Tower. Mr. Trojanowski is our woodshop director here at Strong Tower. And he's in charge of, if you could explain it, Mr. Trojanowski, the woodshop. He's in charge of the woodshop, which is, like I said, Strong Tower, we're a faith-based recovery program. We're 100% free. You don't have to pay anything to get in, just got to get here. And we'll feed and clothe you for a full year, introduce you to God, and all that. And we're, like I said, it's free. But the way we keep it free is we go on mission trips and we fundraise, and we do that we make wood. What do you call it? Woodwork?
Wooden ornamentals or wooden crosses, things that you would more than likely hang on your wall. Like little crosses. We make little angels, anchors. We call them Calvaries, so they'd be the Jesus and the two thieves all in one piece.
They're very nice.
We make a lot of ceramic type ornaments too. Yes.
Yeah, very nice. Now, Mr. Trojanowski, you went through the program, correct? You went to explain that year. It's a year program, so it's hardcore. But explain that year.
So actually, not a lot of people know this, but I didn't know that I was coming to a Christian program. I remember my phone call to this place like it was 5 minutes ago. And it's still ingrained in my head because I was in a very dark place, a very desperate place in my life. And I really needed something else. And I had been doing what I had been doing for nearly right at 15 years. And so my life consisted of, hustling and drugs and stuff like that. So I knew nothing else. I only knew to go to work long enough to get another paycheck so that I can continue in that lifestyle. So I remember I was down on my luck, of course, and everything wasn't going right. Nothing was going right. My son was taken away from me. My wife was gone. We wasn't divorced or nothing, but my wife was gone. And my father-in-law continued to check up on me. Thank you, Jesus, for that. And as much as it was aggravating at the time, I appreciate him checking up on me. But one time he checked up on me, and I had missed Dominic, my oldest son. I had missed my son's first birthday because of my addiction, and it really hurt me. I never ever wanted to be the dirtbag father. Never wanted to be that. Never. But slowly, deadbeat, dirtbag, same thing.
Dirtbag's good.
Dirtbag. Is that?
Yeah.
Is that PG? Is that rated? Is that fine? Okay. I never wanted to be that. Never, even in my addiction, I never wanted to be that guy. Never, and it hurt me so bad that I was becoming the very thing that I didn't want to be. And my father-in-law came to see me right after my son's birthday, and my son was with him, and it broke me. I broke, And I told my father-in-law, man, I need help, and I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't want to go to jail for sure, because that's never fixed anything. And so he had the phone number to this place, which he had found from going to Walmart. What we do, going to Walmart, and he had.
So Storm Tower, we partner with Tractor Supply and Walmart's every weekend, and they allow us to come out and fundraise in front of their stores, and we're very blessed to have them and the people that are in charge. So
yeah, so he had the phone number to the place, and I called, and it was Matthew Cummins. I'll never forget the man. I'll never forget his voice.
He was the former men's director.
He was the former men's director and intake for the men's side back then in May of 2014. And I called, and it was I love him. He asked me who I am and what was going on. I told him, man, my name is Jason, bro, and I just can't stop doing drugs. I just can't. And he was like, yeah, I had that same problem. And I was like, what? Wait a minute. And so it was kind of like, someone that I can relate to. Instantly. That's what I guess I was attracted with instantly about this place, is someone that I can relate to, someone that has the same problem I do. I can't stop. And so he was like, bro, we can help you. And this is the place to do it at. And I was really taken aback by that it was so far away. See, I'm from the Springtown, Fort Worth area, which is give or take about 5 or 6 hours to here in Hitchcock. And I was like, bro, I don't know if I could be so far away. And he was like, he said, I'll never forget it. He said, how far would you go to change your life forever? Oh. And I was like, man, dude, I would go across the world. Of course, I would go across the world. And he said, well, that's fine, because we're only 6 hours away in Galveston. So here I am.
And for those of you who don't know, Strong Tower, we're located in Hitchcock. And a lot of people say, where's Hitchcock? What's that? It's between Houston and Galveston. So you get here. So all that happens, you get here. Were you already a
believer?
Believer? I mean, everyone knows God.
Maybe I believed in something. I didn't believe in nothing. That honestly, that doesn't even make any logical sense. Even when I was in my addiction, I knew something was more reasonable than nothing. So I believed in something. And I remember when I had come out of the clouds here, a couple of days into it, I was very, very skeptical. Like, this is a little extreme. These people are way too happy. They're extremely giving. Like, I came and I really didn't have a lot of clothes. I didn't have any snacks. A lot of people do the soups and snacks and stuff. And almost every day it would seem like there'd be another piece of clothing on my bed, some snacks, here and there. And I was I come from the streets. And so, if you're given something, eventually you'll have to give it back somehow or another, pay it back. And so everyone was like, no, it's just a blessing. And it took me a while to get used to things. I guess when it all kind of hit me was that I knew that this, I just don't need to leave, was maybe a week or so into the place. I listened to one of the people here teaching, and he was talking about what we do hurts our family. Going into Bible and just a lot of things. And that really hurt me, because I always believe that I'm only hurting myself. And so I really wanted to create a life for my son and create a life for my wife if she were to give me another chance at that time, So I ended up telling myself, I'm going to stay, I'm going to do my year, and we'll see what happens after that. So
a leap of faith.
Yeah.
So fast forward, you do the year, you graduate. Did God fulfill all your wishes? Did you get everything that your heart's desire after that 1 year?
not necessarily. I got more than I had hoped for sure.
Because a lot of guys, when they come in, we say, "Hey, do the year," and then they think, it like that. You know what I mean? But God doesn't.
It took my parents, my mom and my dad, almost 3 months before they even believed I was in a place like this.
Oh God.
My brothers, it took both my brothers and my little sister about 3 years before they would really open up to me and let me back in. They'd answer the phone and we'd say hello, of course, but anything more than that, it was I'd hurt my family, and really I don't. Now my words have lost me. I'm not mad at them about it. I understand. I hurt them. And of course it takes time to rebuild trust. It takes time to restore. It's not a moment. It's not in a moment that we get everything back. It takes time.
Now, for those that are listening or watching, do you have any advice that maybe they were on the fence of coming or coming to Strong Tower or checking into some place to try to fight their addiction? Do you have any advice?
Yeah, I mean, look at your life. Look at everything that's going on and put it into perspective. Of course, everything could always be better, but without God, it's only going to get worse. And we need God in our lives. We need accountability too. That's a big one. And a lot of people miss that step, accountability. We need a community. We do. I do. I know I do. But maybe your life could be so much better if you were to add God into it. I would go as far as to say it would be better if God was in the middle of it, all of it.
Nice, beautifully said, Mr. Trojnowski. So all that, we're in 2023 now. Going from 2014 to 2023, how has God moved? Like how has God moved in your life?
God, first, I want to say that God really showed himself to me through my dad. I really give honor to my dad now. I rebelled to the extreme almost against my dad many years of my young life, young teenager, young adult, all the way till right when I got here. I rebelled. Anything that my dad asked me to do, I did the exact opposite, just to show him that I was better. I don't know. And of course it didn't ever work out. And my dad loved Jesus a lot, a whole bunch. And he was really trying to teach me a lot of things, and I just brushed it off, all of it. And literally right, maybe a week before I got here, he had mentioned that he had terminal cancer in his throat. He had stage 4 throat cancer. And so I knew it didn't really sink in yet that he was leaving. But, when I had really asked God to into my life, that was one of my first prayers. And I didn't tell anyone about it. I didn't really tell anyone that, my dad's dying. And really, I just want to go tell my dad that I want to tell him face to face, somehow, without leaving here, that I'm sorry. I don't want to.
Because I'm sorry, you found out he was going through all that while you were in the program?
And like while I was here, I found the Lord and I started reading my Bible, and I was like, dude, my dad was saying this exact verse. My dad would say this. My dad would try to teach me about this in my life. And my dad was right about a lot of things. Now, of course, he's human, so he's wrong about a couple. He was right about many things he was trying to teach me. And I just would brush it off, and I wouldn't listen to his advice. And that was one of my first prayers is, God, I want to tell my dad I'm sorry, even if he doesn't accept it. My dad was, he loved Jesus, but my dad was very unapologetic. He never said he was sorry, and he never. He was kind of bitter. Kind of bitter. And I love him, but so as time would go, the weeks turned into months. And I was just living my life here, really, and I had really given it to God, because honestly, I can't tell you that I necessarily worried about his well-being. Almost was just kind of like one day they'll tell me my dad's gone, but Pastor Michael pulled me in the office one day. I was about 5 months into the program. I was intern. I was leading crews, and he had pulled me in one Monday morning and was like, and said this. He said, my mom called. He said, your dad's got only days left, maybe. Anytime. He could go anytime. That's when it hit me. Bro, my dad's going to really go for sure. And at that, I pray, at that moment, we were in that meeting. And I just started like kind of quietly praying, like, Lord, just let my dad I got to tell him. I don't know how I'm going to do it. And then Pastor was like, look, we have a team going right that way on I-20. Could we just drop you off for a couple of days while we do our mission trip, and then we'll pick you back up Sunday night coming back home from the mission trip, so you'll have 3 days to be with your dad one last time, maybe. And I was like, what? No way. Like I had never talked to Pastor about my dad dying, or I mean, it's not like my mom couldn't have called before and told him or something. I don't know. But it wasn't like I had made it known. And so I feel like that was really one of the first major prayers that God answered for me. And that was one of the most intense times in my life, is those last moments with my dad, and really talking to him about faith and what we're doing here, and, with my mom and stuff like that. So it was, from that moment there is when I really, about 5 months in, I really knew that there was a God, that was for sure, and he answers prayers, not on my time, but when the time is right. And now I don't really remember the bad times I had with my dad. I remember only the good almost. And so, it's good.
Yeah. God is good, Mr. Trojan.
Yes, he is.
God is good.
God is good all the time.
So Mr. Charleston, speaking of parenthood and fatherhood, you have 3 kids, I believe.
3 kids now, yeah.
Little babies.
Yeah, we had Dominic in May of 2013. So, we got married, and then had the baby literally the next month. And then I came to Strong Tower at the end of May in 2014. So it was like right there. And then we had Axel. Axel is the next one. He was born, oh boy, this is where I'm gonna get in trouble here with Courtney.
We'll edit it out.
We'll edit it out? Okay, yeah. Then July 26th.
We're gonna put
2019.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
He's gonna be 4 in July. So that would be 2019, right? Y'all help me out. And then Cora is February 27th.
Yeah.
2021.
So how's that with everything with your father, and you're now father, and how's being a dad?
I love being a dad. I would have to say it's one of the most fulfilling things that I can think of, really, is being a godly man of family, and being a dad, and just kids are so beautiful. It's really cool thing to have kids, to see kids, to be around kids. Before, no one would let me near their kids for some odd reason. I don't really know, but But I love teaching my kids. I like to do little experiments with my kids, you know,
What's
like
that? What's that
how
mean? You throw stuff at them?
I mean, you know, you just kind of beat them up a little bit
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and see, you know, how they can take it and
Yeah, see what happens. Make 'em strong.
just little, make them strong or,
Yeah.
or, you know, pick on them just a little bit. You know, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's godly picking.
Yeah.
Godly picking.
Well, and your youngest Cora, why'd you name? Okay, so Dominic. Why'd you name Dominic Dominic?
We named our children after really cool. The really cool like movie characters, and then that's Dominic, which would be Dominic Toretto.
Dominic Toretto
From Fast and Furious. Yeah.
From the Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Is actual
Cora is named Cora, spelt the same even from the Last Airbender, the Nickelodeon TV show. She was cool. Action-packed TV series. It's cool. It's good.
I like the first one.
Axel isn't from a movie. He's the lead singer from Guns N' Roses. Axl Rose. Yeah.
Well, there you have it.
So, yeah.
Axel, Dominic, and Cora. And all his kids are beautiful. They're chill. They're cool. Like they're, it's crazy. I don't have kids or any of that, but it's crazy just being here and just seeing like, because them kids were raised with love from day one. You know what I mean? It's just cool seeing them, the environment, how they grow up, and it's a trip. So, Mr. Trozowski, I noticed that you didn't want me to bring it up, but I got to. Diablo just came out, Diablo 4. You're a big fan of the series. We're just gonna close out on this bit, and I want to say thank you, Mr. Trozowski, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
So how you liking it? How you liking Diablo 4? Just get a quick 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10?
Yeah, 1 out of 10.
I mean, a solid 9.
Okay, it's pretty high praise. I gotta get it.
In my opinion.
I gotta try it out. Thank you guys for checking us out. We're Strong Tower, and this is where faith begins. Thank you.